Hey there, we are going to be doing some Pilates for equestrians today. I've been a horseback rider, equestrian, for longer than I'd care to admit. Started riding at the age of 8, so I'm not going to tell you how long it's been because then you'll know how old I am. Uh, so we're going to get into our Pilates stretch mode. Socks and shoes are off. We're just standing with our feet a little bit wider than the hips. We're coming up onto one big toe at a time. We want to engage the abs, keep the shoulders down, the long back, strong core, and just settle right into those feet. Let your feet spread out. Sometimes you have a tendency to grip with the toes, but we want to let the foot really come into contact with the floor by just relaxing the arch down. Abs strong. We're going to inhale, bring those arms up. With a big exhale, press back through the hips. Inhale, lift. And exhale. As you're squatting down a little bit, pull the knees back just gently. Get those hips working. Get them a little bit of a stretch, a little bit of engagement. Last time, we're going to inhale up. And exhale. Now just bend those knees. Rest the forearms right on your thighs. Widen those feet out a little bit if you like. Now, if you're really tight in the back, the hips or the hamstrings, you might want to keep the forearms on the thighs as you lift those hips up. If you're very tight in the hamstrings, the back of the thigh, your glutes, booty area, or the lower back, you want to keep that bend in the knee. They're always soft. But the more we straighten the legs, the more we'll feel that stretch. Just be safe. So we're stretching out the back, moving those legs a little bit, one side and then the other. Easy does it. Good. So keep those hips up high. You can bend the right knee, bring it up and over, bend the left knee, a little more flexible. Keep those hips on the down low. So we're getting an inner thigh stretch on the straight leg and a hip stretch on that left outer leg, the bent knee. Let's bring it to the right. We're going to hold it. So take that right shoulder, press it into that inner thigh. And there you got a hip opener, hands under the shoulders. We're making a fist, straightening the wrist out if you have any wrist issues. That's a good way. It also gives you a little more range of motion. We're going to pivot to the right, so have those hands right under the shoulders, the left knee's off to the right knee's off to the side. Lift up through the thigh, through the kneecap. Press gently back through the heel. Keep those shoulders away from the ears, and the shoulder blades are squeezed together. Take in some breaths. We're going to bring it back to the center. Getting our body ready to do some Pilates. We get these great stretches, yoga-inspired, wide-legged forward bend. Bring those feet out a little bit wider if you want. Feel the stretch and work with the breath. Hips can stay up or we get them on the down low. Going left, going right. Taking our deep breaths here. You never want to hold your breath. It's never that exciting. We're going to take it over to the left side. Left shoulder, pressing on the inside of that left thigh. It gets tight. Sitting, driving, riding, working out, not watching TV. No, not really. Let's pivot to the left. Hands under the shoulders. Press that right heel back. Lift up through the thigh and the kneecap. It's like 3/4 of a high plank. Getting a big stretch in the booty on the left leg. Hip opener on the right. Pivoting back to the front, hands under those shoulders. Such a great stretch for the back. Remember to keep the knees soft. The more we straighten the legs, the more stretch we're going to feel in those posterior muscles, the back, the glutes, and the hamstrings. So with our fingers on the floor, we're going to walk in, toes and heels, bending the knees as you come in till they're just about hip-width apart. Hands on your thighs. Try not to press on the kneecaps. We're doing a supported cat camo for spinal flexibility. We're going to tuck the tail under, inhale, and then lift the tailbone up. So we support on the thighs, Side view, cat, camel. We do this on a kneeling position a lot of the times. This is great for spinal flossing. We've got 30 sets of nerves that come out of the spine. This helps to make them do their job properly, fire properly. We're going to just roll it up slow. Take your time at the top. Just do some shoulder rolls. A lot of times we hold a lot of stress in our neck. We can bring those elbows back, or even go a little bit wider, increasing the range. Go where you're comfortable. Shouldn't hurt. We're going to reverse this, starting low with elbows. Bring a little wider. Go with that comfort range. You can roll those wrists around. Stretching out those fingers. So we're going to inhale and lift. And then just exhale, let yourself go. Inhale. You want to let stress go out of those fingers. Visualize it. Inhale. And exhale. A couple more. Stress be gone. One more. Get out of here. That should make you feel better. We're going to do some rotation. Another great hip opener for anyone that's seated. Equestrians in particular, those flexors get tight. That's going to make you tip forward in the saddle. We want to have a good posture, whether we're sitting, we're driving, we're riding, whatever it is we're doing. And relax. So we're going to shake it off a little bit. We're going to bring it down onto the mat and get some core work going on. Because everything comes from the core. Strong core improves your posture, improves your balance, gets you in tune with those muscles that are in the midsection. And it's not just the abs, it's the waist, it's the low back, inner thighs, outer hips. And we're going to get all those areas right now. Lots of stretching too. Hands behind the back of the thighs. We're going to roll back, knees in, and just relax. And if you do feel that it's bothering your neck or you're feeling any stress in your low back, come to this stretch. You can do it as often as you like. So for our first little activity, we're going to get that core turned on. Have your feet on the mat, hip width apart, knees line up with the hips, arms are by the side. We're going to take a couple of preparatory breaths before we get into the warm-up for Pilates, which is called the 100. So as we're preparing, inhale through your nose. As you exhale, lift the head and shoulders, reach to the ankles. Shoulders are depressed, they're not sad, they're just down. Inhale and exhale, let that head and shoulders go down. And again, we're going to inhale on the mat. You're going to exhale, squeeze your abs in, and then try to get that hip bone toward the bottom rib. Inhale at the top, exhale, bringing it down. One more time, we're going to inhale, exhale, coming up here. Now we're getting ready for the 100, and that's the warm-up for Pilates. Stay right here, palms face the floor. Inhale and exhale. We're going to start pumping the arms, 5 pumps for the inhale, 5 pumps for the exhale. It's like you're pushing on a spring. Inhale and exhale. Keep the feet on the mat or bring those legs up. Shins parallel to the floor. Keep pumping. Inhales and exhales. Third option, to extend the legs. Inhale and exhale. Go where you're comfortable though. Inhale. Pump it up. And exhale. We're halfway there. Neck starts to get tired. Just put that head down, that's fine. Inhale and exhale. Just 3 more sets. Inhale, get the push. Exhale, 2 more sets. Inhale, strong. And exhale. Last set here. Getting a big inhale and a big exhale. And rest. Head down, knees in. Rock your back a little bit. Stretching, so good. We're doing a single leg circle. We're going to have the left foot on the mat and extend the right leg up. Arms by your side. Keep the shoulders down. They're depressed. They're not sad. They're just not up here. Drop them down. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Try to just have the leg move. Right leg comes across the body. Inhale. Exhale. Circle it around. Great outer thigh hip stretch here. Inhale as you cross. Exhale, coming around. Just try to keep the body nice and still. 4 more. We're going to change directions. Here's 4. And 3. 2 more. Tighten up the thigh a little bit. Squeeze your glutes a little bit. And 1. We're going to reverse that circle. Inhale. Right leg goes away from the midline of the body. Exhale. Cross that midline. The midline is where your belly button is. So as you come across the midline, you're getting extra stretching in the outer thigh. Use your breath. 4 more here. Single leg circle. Great for the flexibility in this fascia that runs up the side of the thigh. 2 more. Get a nice stretch. Last one here. Right knee comes in, and we'll extend that left leg onto the mat. Keep the knee bent if you're really tight in the low back, butt, or hamstring. And then we can take this right leg and just bring it across a little bit. Rest your foot wherever it feels good. Getting that big side stretch. Side of the butt, side of the thigh. It's tight. It's connective tissue called fascia. So we need to, work it, rest it, stretch it. Switch sides, right foot on the mat, left leg up, bring the arms back, reach up past your big toe, drop those shoulders, keep those shoulder blades pulled together gently. Left leg comes across the midline of the body. Exhale it around. Squeeze the left thigh in the butt and try to keep that body nice and still. You don't want to be rocking the body. Of course, there's a little bit of movement, but we really want to just isolate that leg. 4 more, and we're going to change directions. Here's 3. Squeeze it around. 2. 1 more time. Bring it around, and we'll switch. Left leg goes away from the body. Oops. Kicking my weights. Ow! Didn't hurt. Just kidding. Take those big deep breaths. We got 4 more here. 4. Around for 3. And 2. Squeeze that left thigh. Squeeze the butt. And 1. Bend that left knee in. Straighten the right leg. We get a big hip opener on the right. Glute and hammy and back on the left. And then just gently take that left leg across. A little bit more stretch for that IT band. It's tight. Connective tissue called fascia. It's fascinating. To the back. Have a back stretch. Knees in. Rock it out a little bit. Getting into some core work. So working in the core, very important. The lower part of the abs and the lower back are strong for horseback riding, for being an equestrian. Not the part of the core that we focus on usually if we're like doing crunches, which we don't really do a whole lot of. But to affect the lower part of the abs, we want to work with the legs, because that resistance is going to affect the lower portion of that long rectus abdominis, very long muscle from the pubic bone up into the rib attachments. We want to get the lower core to work. And great way to start doing that, bringing those legs up, squeeze together, is to do a heel drop. So a heel drop, as you inhale, you want to lower the heels toward the mat. You should feel tension in the lower ab, but not lifting in the back. And then bring those knees back up. Drop those shoulders. Inhale, heel drop. Exhale it up. Another option to this would be to do the heel drop and then lift the hips up. Hip lift to heel drop. Hip lift to heel drop. So you've either got the heel drop, you've got the hip lift or heel drop, or a rollover. And if you have any neck or low back problems, take those first 2 options. Roll over, inhale as we get those hips to come up, feeling that stretch in the back. Don't force it, don't jerk yourself around. And then a straight leg lowering, keeping abs strong, no lifting or straining in the lower back. Inhale, bring it up. Squeezing the thighs together. Keep the shoulders down. Keep the scapular retraction only as low as your abs stay strong. They're not poofing out on you, and your back is not lifting or straining. Inhale, bring it up. Exhale it down. Feel your way. As you get stronger, you get better range. Controlling. Inhale up. Exhale down. Just a couple more. Inhale, bring it up. Bend the knees if this is bothering you at all. Hip lift, heel drop, or just a heel drop. Last one here. Inhale up. And peeling it down. Working with the breath. Bring the knees in, relax, stretch. So another great core exercise for the lower portion of those abs is a single leg stretch. So the head and shoulders can come up. If, however, you find this is stressful to your neck, you just put your head right down. One leg at a time, we're pushing out, squeezing the thighs, squeezing the glutes. The other knee comes in, and we're just guiding it. So it's a nice straight shot out and in. Not putting any stress or pulling on our kneecaps. We're just guiding that leg higher. It is easier on the lower back. The lower we go, the harder it is for those core muscles. 4 more. Keep breathing. Here's 2. Last set. And 1. Coming on in, getting that stretch. Relaxing that lower back. Single straight leg stretch. We have the legs up. Again, the head can stay down, and you can even support your lower back with your hands under your butt. Turn slightly outward with the knees and the feet. And we go one leg at a time. Down and switch. Head and shoulders can come up. It just depends on how that neck feels. You can add the hand behind the calf, the back of the thigh. And a little double pulse on there if you feel it. Don't do things that hurt. Bad feelings are bad. Good. Last time. Whew. I made that up. That's one of my slogans. Bad feelings are bad. Don't do things that hurt. I love to stretch and just rolling around on the floor, feeling good. We're going double straight leg stretch. And this will be the last ab exercise. The head stays down, hands go back under the butt. Inhale as you lower, reach those legs long. Exhale, push the hips down into the hands. So these 3 exercises that we just did for the core, great for the lower abs, and the rollover makes 4. You've got a good selection of exercises that work the lower portion of the abs, and that helps with our core stability in the saddle or everyday living. Couple more here. Double straight leg stretch. 1 more. And stretch. Get that back a nice stretch. I want you to take your feet the width of your mat. So you're in the middle of your mat with the body. The legs are a little bit wideish. Arms are going to reach out of the shoulder. And we're going to take it into a hip opener. That top leg just presses forward a little bit and go where you're comfortable. Very tight in those hip flexors. You're not going to be able to go very far. Try to relax as much as you can. We're going to switch to the other side. We drop those knees over and just gently squeeze the top hip. That's the flexor you're stretching. And we'll go to the other side. Easy does it. It doesn't take a whole lot of time to do Pilates. You do want to stretch pretty much daily, work those lower abs. Work on your posture. Come back to the center. And we'll bring those knees in. Work on opening those hips, finding your grounding, releasing stress through stretching. Those will all help with your riding as well. The more keyed up you are, the more tension that you have in your body, your horse is going to feel that, and they kind of mirror what we're feeling. So the more relaxed and limber you are, that's going to help translate into your riding as well. So hopefully you find this enjoyable. I do a noontime class on Fridays, Pilates for Equestrians, and hit me up on my website, maryreckleyworkoutsandwellness.com. Have a great day. Enjoy your pony time. There'll be much more coming your way from the beautiful state of South Carolina. Have a great day.